Humans have always been obsessed with figuring out what makes them the way that they are. Institutions have approached this question through religion, psychology, philosophy, biology, and of course, art. There are implications to any position on this sensitive matter. It affects every structural element in our society, from the values we live by to the consequences we face for deviation. As such, the core beliefs about what forms an individual and what accounts for that individual's actions are incredibly pervasive. Film is a medium particularly suited to the exploration of complex and nuanced aspects of the human condition. Humans have a general tendency towards categorization, thereby reducing the intricacies of lived experiences. But film can direct the audience's attention specifically to those overlooked details and force its viewers to confront the uncomfortable and often painful aspects of existence. This is why the theme of nature or nurture never ceases to be a relevant one. The dichotomy between parent and child is ever present in the analysis of the effects of nurture. In We Need to Talk About Kevin, Ava is shown to struggle with her maternal responsibilities, a struggle which Kevin constantly exploits. In Rebel Without a Cause, Jim sees his father as an emasculated man incapable of enacting his masculine nature, and rebels against this in an effort to assert his own masculine identity. The complex mother-son relationship in Xavier Dolan's Mommy looks at how closely love and care can be intertwined with anger and violence. The same idea is explored in Carrie through the prism of extreme religious fanaticism and its elevation of ideology above the child's well-being. The dichotomy of individual and society is employed to look at the environment's effects on the formation of identity. In the 400 coup, Antoine Douanel is not only neglected by his parents, but he is also a victim of a system which holds up rehabilitation as an external value, yet in practice only pushes him further down the path of delinquency. The Breakfast Club uses Saturday detention as a backdrop to look at the oppressive aspects of American high school, including clique culture and administrative negligence.
I'm gonna knock your dick in the dirt. You threatening me?
Girl Interrupted focuses on individuals who are deemed too deviant to coexist within society. The Radcliffe Mental Institution becomes a social rehabilitation center for these women, trying to undo both their nature and nurture in order to form them in a more acceptable manner.
And left. And right.
The dichotomy of freedom and force is often shown as the root cause of rebellion in the face of abuse of institutional power. It is also the dichotomy which leads the characters down the most dangerous paths in order to achieve some semblance of control over their own lives. In A Clockwork Orange, Alex's sadistic tendencies are removed through governmental force. As such, Alex is denied freedom even in his own mind, and naturally made to be an obedient member of a deeply corrupt society. In The Virgin Suicides, the Lisbon sisters cannot bear to remain prisoners in their own home, seeing death as a way to become free after exhausting all other options. In Dogtooth, the siblings are stripped of all their basic freedoms by their parents, who have indoctrinated them into a completely different constructed reality. The dichotomy of sincerity and insincerity most often comes up in relation to the teenager's frustration with the adults in their lives, who they perceive as fake in the way they conduct themselves. This can be seen in Girl Interrupted through Susanna's lack of desire to play into the social games propagated by her family, and Lisa's incessant antagonism to the staff at the mental institution. Finally, the most disturbing subversions in these films relate to the dichotomy of innocence and violence. Blood is often used as a signifier of violence, while milk is often used as a symbol of innocence in childhood. Heavenly Creatures extensively blurs the lines between the two, allowing them to exist simultaneously. Carrie maintains her innocence throughout the film, until the very end, where she slaughters her small fool. These films cut to the emotional core of the central theme of nature and nurture, encouraging the audience to confront themselves through the characters they see on screen.
Don't